Well, welcome to Conversations with Jeff Bucknam. Jeff Bucknam is the lead teaching pastor of Harvest Bible Chapel. I'm your host, Tommy Kreitz, and we are excited to jump into a conversation today because everyone has a story. And before that conversation, though, there's a little holiday coming up, Jeff, a big one.
A little big one?
Maybe our favorite. I think that we've discussed this, actually.
Yeah, Christmas is the top.
It's the top of the holiday list.
Yeah.
And I think that many people in this season possibly have felt the busyness and the craziness of Christmas, and there's a lot to do. And it's in between holidays. There's a lot of complex things, right? And for families, maybe some travel involved, maybe a lot of other things. And I would love to know, like, what do you do with your family to start to get their hearts ready for a holiday like Christmas? Because it's significant in our faith.
With my family?
Yeah, or personally, or...
My son plays Christmas music incessantly in our house and everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. Can you please expose what those are? And who is this, Micah or?
Micah.
Okay.
He's my second son, and he's Micah Griswold. He's like he is well and truly into the Christmas season.
Yes.
Has all sorts of little rules for it.
Perfect.
But he plays that Christmas music.
Yeah.
In the car, he'll play the Christmas music in our house. So it tends to make it.
Is it a variety, or does it sit?
Very festive.
So a little bit of Mariah Carey Christmas, maybe some Michael Bublé.
Yeah, got some Wham in there.
Some Wham.
So
Perfect.
he's right into it. But that doesn't. I know that sounds non-spiritual, but
yeah,
like this, you get your mind and heart in the season, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, I try to in some moments, especially in the cold, go for a walk and reflect upon the incarnation.
Yeah.
The truth that God became man, which is
a pretty big deal.
Crazy. I actually think the incarnation is a greater miracle than the resurrection.
Wow.
But that's just me. I think they're both obviously both miracles. But
yes.
The one that still stretches my mind. I can understand somebody, rising again. It doesn't stretch my mind massively. Still amazing. But the incarnation, the idea that an infinite, transcendent God would become a finite human baby.
Yeah.
An imminent, there's a great line that Philip Yancey had years ago. He said, a mule could have stepped on him. And I keep thought about that several times. God, a mule could have stepped on God.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And of course, says enormous amounts about the character of God and what he's like. And all
absolutely.
That kind of thing. I will tell you this. I find it difficult to preach during Christmas because it's the same. You have to preach the same basic idea every year. And then, so it's really difficult to kind of
keep that fresh every year.
Yeah. Which some people are like, why are you trying to make this fresh? Just
yes. What are your go-to?
Say it's Christmas. But
we're going through obviously a Christmas series as a church.
We are.
But what are your go-to scriptures that you like to preach from? Luke 2, yeah.
Yeah, Luke 2. John 1, I like a lot. Some of the Isaiah texts are
we're a bit in Isaiah.
Pretty good. I've done some out of Mathew, but mostly Luke.
Yeah.
He's the one who gets in the most detail about it, and it's also a narrative, which is, I think, what most people want to hear. Yeah. Also, the Charlie Brown Christmas passage, that's in Luke.
It's right there.
Yeah. So that's this year, actually, that's going to be the text that we talk from.
Luke 2.
Yeah.
That's great.
We have all sorts of cool things going on at Christmas, too, that I'm really excited about. Like, you're going to be preaching.
I am,
on Christmas at the Elgin campus.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, yes.
Yeah, and I'll be at Rolling Meadows.
Yeah, one of those is going to be better than the other.
Elgin. Okay. But we're developing this sermon together.
Yes, we are. We're working on it together. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, but we got a bunch of other really gifted communicators at all the other campuses. We're really excited.
Live
JT is going to be out at the cathedral. And yeah, great. It's going to be excellent. Bring your friends.
What is here's some other fun things that we could talk about because Christmas. What are some of your favorite Christmas traditions that you do as a family?
That we do as a family?
Yeah, do you have any?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Well, we used to do a birthday party for Jesus on Christmas Eve.
That's awesome. Tell us more.
Well, that was when our kids when my kids were little. We would do that. They loved the birthday party.
Yeah.
And you get a
cake,
candle.
Yeah.
My wife would make a cake, and we'd have a candle, and we'd go for it.
I love that.
You know, over the last number of years, we've the church I used to be at, we had 6 services on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
So I had to preach 6 times, and it was pretty funny. Like usually by time 4, I was like, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
What am I saying right now?
Same thing. And then by the time you get to the last one, the 6th one, I found myself, I used to do stupid stuff like walk behind, we had a curtain that went behind the band.
Yes.
Right? I used to walk behind and squirt them with guns and squirt guns and all sorts of fun stuff just to keep it going. Keep it real.
Yeah.
It was the last one of the evening, and the same band had played the whole time, and I was trying my best to mess them up.
That's amazing.
I got the drummer to play some weird beat once because I was squirting him so bad in the back with the squirt gun.
That's incredible.
It is.
So
I'm going to do it here.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
As you should. I mean, we don't have 6 services though. We only have 2.
I know, but I can get. I've noticed it at the campuses though.
2?
I am very able to get behind the stage there and have a direct shot at the drummer.
Yeah. Do you have an adequate?
No, I'm going to get a super soaker. You know it.
I love it. There's certainly no electronics out there that could.
When Zach, big fluffy hair, Zach.
Drummer.
When he's in there someday, don't you worry. He's gonna
get a super soaked.
Yeah,
Zach.
Yeah,
watch out. Watch your back. Literally.
Zach.
Did you do the presents from Jesus? Or
no,
you didn't.
That's another thing that my family does.
Was
my mother used to put presents were gifts from all sorts of people in the world who you didn't know. She'd say stuff from like when I grew up in the 80s. So Ronald Reagan.
Oh yeah,
I would get gifts from Ronald Reagan every year.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
What did he give you?
So for my kids, I always the gifts that I give to them, I say they're from like Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Oh yeah,
which is, and yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah,
they
so usually try to link it, so it had something to do. I was into tennis when I was a kid, so my mom would always give me something from Patrick or from John McEnroe or something like that.
Wow,
yeah.
That's a big deal.
So I highly recommend this practice.
Yes,
just because it's kind of fun. It's boring after a while when this one's from mom and dad or whatever. Mm-hmm. No, just say it's from.
We didn't do gifts from Santa in our house. We did gifts from Jesus, and we also couldn't we had to sing Christmas songs at the foot of our stairs before we could run up and get gifts, mostly because we got up really early.
I think I'm going to tell my favorite Santa story this weekend.
Okay.
You just said that. Yeah. The introduction to my sermon now is going to be my favorite Santa story.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Not here. All right. You got to listen this weekend for this.
No, I'm not telling you now.
Yeah. But not telling it now.
It's an arguable history.
Okay.
About St. Nicholas.
Okay, perfect.
But there are those who say, no, this legitimately happened.
Wow.
So I'm very excited now to share with you.
I
will read
wait.
you an article that was written by a really great guy who basically said it.
Tune in. It's happening.
Don't be late. If you're late, you're not going to catch the great Santa story.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure it has anything to do with the rest of the passage, but you watch. I'll make it. I'll make it work.
It's Christmas. Speaking of Christmas. Oh my goodness. Well, excited for Christmas, and we're hoping that you have a great Christmas season.
Yeah.
And hope that the busyness of Christmas doesn't seep its way too far in, and you can focus your attention exactly where it needs to be.
It's kind of fun though that it's busy, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Busy is a little bit better than just sitting around all the time.
Yes. Better than lazy.
Yeah.
But and so we have a conversation today, and we're really excited about this, and I'm excited to hear it, and I'm sure you're excited to talk with this person who is Philip Mathew, who is director of all things technology at our church. And so I'm pumped to hear his story because everyone has a story, and we're going to get into it right now. Let's go.
Philip Daniel, here you sit across from me to have a conversation. I'm really excited that you're here today. How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right. First things first. Your wife's a real estate agent?
She is.
Is she a good real estate agent?
She's the best.
She sold my house to me.
Yes.
Yes, she is delightful. I enjoyed. She was actually one of the first people who I had met from Harvest. And so my entire view of the church was largely dictated by my impressions of her.
Great. She's straightforward.
She is straightforward. I really liked it a lot. You'd go in houses and she'd say, you don't want this house.
Right.
And she kept insisting that we live in a particular area. And I was like, why is she doing this all the time? And now we live in that particular area. So she's always right. Is that the way it works in your home?
Yes, for sure.
How many kids do you have?
2 boys,
What are their names?
Luke and Ethan.
And the age?
17 and 15.
Luke is 17?
Yep.
Is he in high school?
He's in high school. He's a senior.
Okay. What does he do? Does he have like a special thing that he likes to do in high school? Is he an athlete?
He's a cross country and sprinter.
Are you a runner?
I'm not. No.
Is Wincy a runner?
She did quite a few marathons. She did the full marathon and the half marathon and
The Chicago one.
Chicago ones. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Did you go and like when they did the marathon? Did you go?
Yeah, we supported her, cheered her on.
How do you support somebody in a marathon?
I just watch her run by.
Just at one location?
Yeah.
And then you spend the next few hours at what?
No, then we go home.
Really? You drove to a one location and said, good job, Wincy, good job.
Yep.
That was it?
Yeah. Then we picked her up at the end.
How far in was she when you saw her?
Probably around the 10-mile
Okay,
mark.
so she was feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
She was still, yeah.
Yeah.
I was at the New York City Marathon once, and I had a friend, and we went to 2 locations. We figured it out. We could go to one location at like mile 10 and one location at like mile 23. Big difference between the guy, Alan, my friend, at mile 10 and 23.
Yeah.
Mile 10, he all smiles. 23, he honestly looked. You seen the movie Walking Dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
He looked like that.
Why did I do this?
Yeah. Which, of course, is a question for everyone. Why would anybody run that long?
She did one full marathon. She's like, I'm never doing this again.
And then she did a half marathon.
Then she did the half marathon.
Did she get to the end of the half marathon and
She
say,
did.
I'm never doing this again?
No.
Okay, that's more her speed.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Philip, you're from where? Chicago?
Yeah, I was born in Kuwait. I'm from India. I came here when I was 3, but Chicago.
You're Indian and Kuwaiti.
Well, you're not really Kuwaiti unless your parents are from Kuwait. So you can't.
So you're not a citizen of Kuwait.
No, you can't even be a citizen of Kuwait unless it's like generations.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're Indian. Your parents lived in India.
Yep, they're from India.
Okay, but then in Kuwait, how old were you when you moved to the States?
3, Chicago.
Right. So this is basically you don't remember Kuwait.
I don't, not at all.
Okay. You ever been back?
Not to Kuwait, no.
Do you want to go back?
I wouldn't even know what to do there.
I don't even know what's in Kuwait City's in Kuwait. You know that?
Yeah.
Middle East.
It's a rich country, but
I think so. Yeah, a lot of oil.
A lot of oil.
So you grew up in Chicago. What part of Chicago?
It's Chicago proper, so I was like, I don't know, familiar with the area, but it's like
I'm not.
Lawrence and Pulaski.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a train stop.
Yep, it is.
Pulaski.
Yep.
Okay. I was looking at the train line yesterday, and I was trying to figure out if I went in there. Pulaski just sounded very, European or Polish or something. Anyway, so you are, you grew up in, was your family Christian or?
Yeah, my family is all Christian, and like I have 2 brothers and a sister, and there are a lot of
What are you number? What number?
I'm the last. I'm the accident.
Little buddy.
Yeah.
You're the accident.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister's 10 years older than me, and my brothers are like...
Whoa. Is that you're the next oldest sister, or is that the oldest?
My sister is the oldest.
And she's 10 years older.
10 years old.
And then?
Then my brother is 8 years older, and then my other is 7.
Oh, you were a surprise, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so predominantly all Christians, and then my brother and sister, right after college, they moved to India to become missionaries. And then I was kind of left behind with my parents.
Okay, so just you and it would have been because you're 7 years younger than the next oldest. So you that would have been a significant, like, I grew up, or you grew up kind of as an only child, but not. I mean,
Yeah.
not, but kind of.
Yeah. I mean, my friends became my brothers and sisters.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you go to church when you were a kid?
With my parents. Yeah. Indian church.
What's different from it between? Okay, tell me what's different in an Indian church than in white North American kind of church.
Well, you have the religion, and then you have kind of the ethnicity part of it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, I feel like we have more community in an Indian church for sure. And then
Like what kinds of things would you do?
we, after service, we all have food. We eat together. We congregate. We
Every week?
every week. Yeah, somebody brings food.
Just
and
one person, or is it like a potluck?
It's kind of like a potluck. A few of the women kind of bring food, and sometimes the men cook, and then it's like a family thing because like all my cousins were there. So we primarily I just went there to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fantastic. I'm just in my mind trying to picture. You have to understand, I love Indian food, so I'm thinking to myself, I would really want to go to this church, right?
They still do it,
Throw a
too.
little butter chicken at me, I'm in.
Yes.
What's the best Indian food?
South Indian food, which is where I'm from, obviously, but it's a little obviously has more meat, chicken, beef, and all that other stuff. So.
What's the best? If I were going to go with you to an Indian restaurant, which you should have invited me to already,
Yeah.
Where would we go? Number one, and what would you recommend I eat?
There's a new place in Mount Prospect. It's Indian. I forgot the name of it, but it is Southern Indian food, and they have biryani, which is a rice dish with chicken mixed in, and it's already seasoned and everything. You could almost eat it by itself. And then, but my favorite is like the traditional rice, a fish curry, a beef curry.
Oh yeah.
And then there's.
You like a little spice too, though.
I love spice.
You like a little bit of hot curry.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Yes, I enjoy a good curry. The problem is my stomach does not always enjoy a good curry. But it's something that I've noticed that people in the U.S. don't talk about as much as in Commonwealth. You know, like England, New Zealand, if having a curry is sort of that's what you do.
Right.
Yeah, have a curry for the evening. Anyway, do you cook?
I do. I love cooking. I have 2 smokers, so I smoke brisket and meats. And
how long would you smoke some brisket?
Between 12 to 18 hours, depending on the size. And then pork shoulder will be about 8 to 12.
So when you do the pork shoulder, that's for pulled pork?
Yeah, I actually make it with pork tacos with it. I pull it, make tacos, and make a sauce. It's like an ahi sauce. It's a green cilantro-based sauce.
How'd you get into cooking?
I think my mom, she always invited me to help her. So I always cooked with her or helped her out and got her things. And my dad actually always helped cut everything, cut the onions, cut the garlic, cut the, ginger, everything. So it was kind of brought up that way into helping. So I help my wife when she cooks as much as I can. And then we kind of do everything together.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've eaten your chili.
Yes.
Which is spicy, buddy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hot for me.
Well, I kind of dumbed it down, but
I know. Well, you're going to have to dumb it down more for me. But actually, Philip's food is pretty remarkable. So yeah, if he ever invites you over, which he won't because he didn't for me, then you should go because I'm sure it's fantastic. You grew up in this Christian home, and you're going to church, and every weekend you're spending time eating after church. Did you really care for church? For the church part?
I didn't. I was more going there for my cousins and just hanging out in the basement while service had. We goofed around a lot. And the issue is they really spoke our language during service a lot. And I don't understand as much as I should.
Okay.
And so it's just like, what are we doing here type of thing. So we kind of sneak off and go to the basement and hang out.
Do you speak?
I don't speak. I could understand.
Is it Hindi?
No, it's called Malayalam. So, yeah.
Okay. But you can't speak any of it.
I can't speak any of it.
Whatever. You can too.
No.
Say your best line.
No. No, I can't. No.
All right.
Yeah.
Only English. So it's been difficult for you to go to church and hear that spoken the whole time because you're just probably not connecting the dots.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then you went and hung out with your friends. Did you care much about God and church? Was it kind of just part of the culture of your family?
I mean, I knew him, but I didn't know him. So it's like I kind of started in high school hanging out with the wrong friends and doing the wrong things. And pretty much I was kind of, since I felt like I was the black sheep of the family because my brothers and sisters were so tight-knit that...
Well, they were so close together in age.
Yeah. So then my friends became my brothers. So then, that became drugs, and I smoked a lot of marijuana. And it was just kind of that stage in my life where I'm choosing the wrong path,
Yeah.
And throughout high school, and then right after high school, I went to a technical school, which is for automotive. So I was a car mechanic for a few years.
Ooh.
And
Were you involved in sports or anything in high school?
Football. I did football for
That's
2
right.
years.
You were football. Okay. Where'd you play? What position?
It's Taft High School, and I was a tight end and a guard.
There's no way you were a tight end.
Yeah.
How tall are you? Tell people how tall you are.
5'11".
Okay, but no, you're not.
Yeah.
You're stretching that.
As you get older, you get shorter.
Okay. So, you were tight end and a what?
Guard. I didn't do that well. I'm Indian, so.
Okay. You did for 2 years.
Yeah.
All right. Was it a big school? Is Taft a big school?
Taft is a pretty big school.
Okay, so that would have been a serious football. Illinois football is a pretty big deal, and so for you to be playing even on the team, did you start or were you?
No, I was a second string, and I did it only for freshman and sophomore, and then I was hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And you decided to go to this technical school for what reason?
So my mom kind of said, "You shouldn't go to college. You're good with your hands." And so my mom and dad all right, go to Lincoln Tech. And I became an automotive mechanic. I became a journeyman mechanic for Chevy.
So explain what a journeyman mechanic is.
So you have an apprenticeship, and then you're kind of just doing oil changes and regular brakes. And when you go become a journeyman, you're doing the engine work, you're taking it out, you're doing the transmission work, you're doing all of the higher technical stuff of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you still fix your own cars now?
I do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife might disagree, but yeah, I do.
Well, I've seen your cars.
Yeah.
And they look like they have electronic equipment in them.
Yeah, so times have changed. So I probably couldn't do some of the stuff I used to be able to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best car you've ever driven?
I would say the Volvo XC90, which is what I have now.
Yeah. What is the first car you had?
I had, the first car I actually had was a Ford Focus.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Ford Escort, stick shift.
Escort's a little bit better.
Yeah.
But the
stick
Focus.
Yeah, my dad took me to the dealer, and he's like, all right, here, you can have a stick, because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
And I had no idea how to drive it.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Do you know now?
I do know now. I do know. Yeah.
A Ford Focus. Did you Escort? Did you for those of you who don't know who are maybe younger, Ford Escort was like it was like a competitor to the little Honda Civics back in those days. It's just a little hatchbacky guy.
Yeah.
And usually pretty quick though. I had a friend who had a Ford Escort.
Yeah, I actually put rims on it. I put
Did you?
A speaker system. I was like a little.
Were you? They call that in New Zealand. They call you a hoon.
Yeah, I was.
So you'd hoon around.
Yeah.
Did you race people?
Not with the Escort, but I drove around. I mean, I dropped the car low, and I was riding around like a low rider.
How old were you?
Probably 17.
Okay, you're 17 years old. Is there kind of like a subculture around that kind of thing in Chicago?
Oh yeah.
Okay, where do you go?
Fullerton. Yeah, you drive around Fullerton,
and you just wait for some dude to come up next to you, and you meet eyes, and that's like go time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you win those? Like
no, not with that car. I wouldn't. I used to own a '87 Grand National that I did race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did your parents know you raced?
No.
So this is what you do, like a Saturday night. This is.
Yeah, we used to.
Philip's life.
Yeah.
Smoking weed and driving.
For sure.
Fast.
Yeah.
All right. Did you meet Wincy at the races?
No.
Was she the girl in the front who does the little go part?
No, I met her at my Indian church, and she actually was a part of another Indian church, but her mom pretty much said that you need twice the amount of Jesus, so she came to my Indian church.
Right.
Yeah, so then we met there, and then we kicked it off. We went to some conferences and started dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were involved in dude, my brain just went blank for a second there. Sorry. Mostly because I was about to tell jokes about a Wincy, but I'm not going to. She's so delightful. Obviously you work at a church now. So at some point along the way, you decided to start following Christ.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? I mean,
so, after I became a mechanic, I decided to go into IT, and then
why?
Heavy lifting, my back, and I was always like brought up with computers. My brothers are programmers and stuff like that. So I decided to go back into school and start doing IT work, and I got certified and all that. So then once I did that, in 2000 or 99, I decided to go into a company called Revell. This is going to lead up to a big thing. So,
Okay.
And then that's where I was an IT manager there. And then my friend said, "Hey, you were a mechanic. Why don't you open up a gas station with me?" So me and my friend and my cousin opened up a gas station. And prior to that, I bought a building. I had a 13-unit, apartment complex in the south side of Chicago.
Wait. You owned one.
I did. So me and...
How did you get into that?
So me and my dad, I was telling my dad I want to buy a building. My friends are doing it. One of my best friends did it. So I wanted to do
an apartment. You didn't want was it any building? You wanted to have apartments, or did you want to have commercial? Or
yeah, it was just an apartment building with 13 units in it. And I said, I want to do it with my friend. My dad's like, "Nope, you're not going to do it with any friend. I'll do it. I'll help you with it." So I bought it with him, and I got that first. And I was kind of chasing money kind of type of thing. And then...
Was that lucrative?
It was until it wasn't. So it was just like, when things go bad, I learned to fix a lot of things. I was kind of the building manager. Yeah. And then when I started doing that, I was still working at Revell, and then my friend came along and said, "Hey, you used to be a mechanic. Why don't you open up this gas station?" Right. So the gas station had a 3-car garage. So I ran that, and obviously I had no experience in business world and running a shop and gas station. So that pretty much started downturning because the lot got sold and our rent increased, doubled. And you don't get much money in gas, maybe a cent, if anything, as far as profits.
Okay.
So that was going down and we couldn't keep up. So I pulled money from, our partners had to pull money to keep up the business. So I pulled money from my building.
Yeah.
And then doing that, I started falling back on my mortgage payments.
Okay.
So
it's like a dominoes, financial dominoes here.
Yeah. So then 2008 happened. So
for those who don't know, what happened in 2008?
The crash, the bubble burst.
Yeah. There was a recession, the Great Recession, I guess is what they call it now. But yeah.
Yeah. So that made me lose my building. I lost the gas station. I couldn't keep up. So when losing that gas station, that was my job. And so I lost pretty much my house. So then I ended up moving to my in-laws. And prior to that, in 2008, I got baptized. So it was, me and my wife got baptized. It was just like, hey, this is great. I'm going to follow Jesus, Yeah. And so then end of 2008 was when everything started crumbling down on me, So it's just like, this is a test, and I started ramping up my faith, praying more. Obviously, when things are going down, you're trying to look to something to help you, right? So I, started going to church. When I went to Harvest, I saw a job opening to become a help desk person. So I'm like, hey, I did IT before, I'll do it.
What year was this?
2009.
Okay.
So 2009, that's when I got the job. And then I've been working here since.
Always in the same role?
In IT, yes. I started moving up, and then things happened with...
Your job now is you're the chief information officer here, basically.
Correct.
You run all this stuff.
Yes.
But you had a stint working with James McDonald.
I did, yeah. So I started traveling with him 3 years.
Where would you travel?
Anywhere you would go
speaking.
speak.
Yeah, he'd be speaking everywhere. Were you kind of his, I don't even know what you call it. Like when I travel, oftentimes I have like one of my kids, or I have another friend who'll come along and just be my friend.
Right. Yeah. I was kind of handled all the logistics of everything, the traveling, the driving, talking to the production team, handling all the slides and stuff like that. Before, it was a person that, it was actually multiple people that used to travel to help. And since I kind of have some technical background and a calmness and, and I'm direct, I, speak my opinion. So you're
ideal.
Yeah. He actually wanted me to travel with him for a long time.
I bet.
And I said no, because I already have a job. And so then the one time he's like, you have to do it. So I did it. And then.
Did you like it? First time you went?
I did not, because I was traveling. I wasn't.
Well, you're away from your family.
Yeah, I'm not used to being away from my family. So it was kind of hard, because sometimes it's a 3-day thing. Sometimes it's a week. I mean, sometimes it's a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
But.
Well, he was traveling so much too, right?
He was speaking at a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were all over the place with him. Okay. Best place you went?
I think the best experience was this trip in Alabama. It was a men's conference, and going to these places and just seeing people's lives impacted is, that's when I'm like, I love this.
So what happened in Alabama?
You see a lot of people come to Christ, and they're, when you called to come up, I seen a lot of people come up, and it was a solid message, and obviously, and it just it was kind of a turning point. Like, I love doing this, because,
it's kind of your first taste of ministry. You're in the operations side. And
right.
stuff.
I might not be able to speak to people, but I'm able to use whatever skills I can to help. That's why I like working for the church, try to, use my gifts as much as I could.
Yeah. But that's really cool to be able to see that kind of thing happen. Okay. Worst place that you've been. And I'm not asking about like the ministry worst. I mean, like the place that you're like, I don't know. Come on. Place you wouldn't want to go back to. Come on. Stockton, California. There it is.
No.
Have you been to Stockton?
No, I haven't.
Good. Don't go to Stockton.
I can't really think of.
And for all of you there from Stockton who are listening, it's true. It's pretty bad.
No. Yeah, I can't really think. I mean, every place was.
Were you all over the country?
I was.
And outside the country?
Yeah, I went to Cabo. I went to.
Come on, that's pretty good.
Israel. I went to. There was quite a few.
Yeah. Did you drive? You'd go get the car and then you drive.
I would
everywhere.
drive, and
was that a little bit daunting at times?
It is, because I don't know my northwest.
I know you're not.
No, I have to use Waze everywhere I go,
Yeah.
and that was the inside joke with us, because how do you get home?
I don't know. I'm going to use Waze. Exactly. What's the address?
Yeah,
that's good. You wouldn't have done very well before the internet. I guess.
No,
or before the
I had to use
cellular
MapQuest.
network. Of course. Yeah. Classic. Well, that's fantastic. And so you've been involved in ministry here for then 12 years.
Yeah. Been attending for about 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like about Harvest Bible Chapel?
I like the worship and, the
preaching.
For sure, the preaching. Yeah. I don't like sugarcoating preaching. I mean, I checked out a couple of churches, and I'm like, that's when I told my wife, this is the church we're going to go to because of the preaching, for sure.
You haven't left?
No, I haven't left.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a good
preaching's
sign.
still good.
It's a good sign for me.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. And your kids, do they enjoy church too, or is it?
They do. I mean, I need to get them involved more, for sure.
Which campus do you attend?
Bowling Meadows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What service? Are you in the Sunday morning or Saturday night?
I'm glad Saturday's back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see you very often there.
No.
Just so you know, I'm there every week.
Yeah.
And I just haven't seen you there in a while.
Yeah, I'm usually
in
and out.
Is there a reason for that?
No.
Yeah. Well, I did. I saw you there for a couple times, and then not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're coming a little later, so I'm in more.
Oh, in the back.
I don't know how far back you can see.
That's always the typical answer. Oh, no, I'm there. I'm just in the hallway.
Yeah.
No, that's great. I really enjoyed getting to know you guys, and again, your wife was such a help to me that I cannot thank her enough for all that she did, and it's been a joy working with you. I do have. Okay, I'm going to ask you a series of questions now. These are all going to be rapid fire.
Great.
Do you understand? Okay, lightning round.
Okay.
I do this with lots of different people. So I've got to formulate a couple of them in my brain right now. And what's the worst fight you ever had with your brothers? Was it physical?
It wasn't physical.
Really? You just talk to each other?
We haven't really fought.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Of course you have.
No.
Well, you're too little. They were too nice to you.
So
Did they fight with each other, the older brothers?
Yeah, they fought with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Your favorite holiday?
Christmas. For
Why?
Sure. Because we have a tradition at our house, so we actually go to my in-laws, my mother-in-laws, and we cook breakfast together. We actually physically make everything, and then we eat it together, and then we open gifts, and then we just hang out.
Okay. What's the best breakfast food?
Indian breakfast food is.
I don't know. Is there a special kind of Indian breakfast food?
Well, it's like it's called palapam. It's almost like a tortilla.
Sounds like
and you're eating it with
like
a
cancer.
chicken curry. Yeah.
Sorry.
For breakfast.
Oh no, polyps is what? No, that's like a sickness.
Yeah.
Polypum?
Yeah.
Say it again. What is it? What is it?
It's kind of like a tortilla that you eat with a curry.
In the morning.
In the morning. It's the best thing ever.
Curry in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
That would make for a long day.
Yeah.
For some of us. All right. Best Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
I would say my smoker.
The answer is Jesus.
Yeah. Yes.
Your smoker.
Yeah.
What kind of smoker do you have?
It's a Weber Smoky Mountain bullet.
A bullet.
Yeah.
Does that mean
It's shaped like a bullet.
Like a bullet, the bullet on the end, like not sideways, but up and down.
Right.
All right. What do you want for Christmas this year?
Nothing. I have everything I need.
No. What do you want for Christmas this year,
I
Philip?
don't know. I don't need anything.
World peace. Is that what you want for Christmas?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any.
Do you buy
wants.
any gifts for Christmas for your kids?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. What are your kids getting this Christmas?
Well, the headphones by Beats. Over the ear. One of them wants that.
Oh yeah.
Then the other one wants a gaming keyboard.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which is not cheap.
No, I imagine all the gaming stuff's not cheap.
Yeah.
Do they have a gaming chair?
No.
Really? You're not really into the gaming? All right.
Yeah.
Not enough. Philip, you're amazing. By the way, if anyone needs anyone to fix anything from computers, Philip's your guy. But he works here, so deal with it.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, God bless you. Happy Christmas to you and the New Year, and to all the rest of you. I hope you had a great Christmas and hope that the New Year treats you really well.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.